Hi everyone! Welcome back to English Fab, where learning English is practical, useful, and fab. Have you ever found it challenging to communicate at work? Maybe you're unsure how to negotiate a salary, explain a project update, or start a casual conversation with colleagues. Knowing the right words and phrases can boost your confidence and help you communicate more naturally in a professional setting. In today's lesson, we'll go through a natural workplace conversation and break it down step by step. You'll learn key phrases, useful vocabulary, and practical tips to help you navigate different workplace situations with ease. Whether it's a job interview, a business meeting, or even talking about work-life balance. This video also includes content related to workplace English that we've uploaded so far. Be sure to check each video and our website for further details. If you find English difficult, don't worry. You can translate the subtitles into English and your own language like this. Check the description below for extra details. Are you ready to improve your workplace English and feel more confident at work? Let's get started.
Hey Kirby, how was your commute this morning?
It was not too bad today. The train was on time, and I even got a seat. What about you?
I drove today, but traffic was worse than usual. It took me almost an hour to get here.
That sounds frustrating. Do you usually drive, or do you take public transportation?
I usually drive because it is more convenient, but when traffic is bad, I wish I took the train. How about you?
I take the train most days. It is reliable, and I can read or listen to a podcast while commuting.
That sounds like a good way to make use of the time. Do you ever take the bus?
Not really. The bus takes longer because of all the stops. I prefer the train since it is faster.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have thought about cycling to work, but I am not sure about the weather.
That is a great idea. Some of our colleagues cycle to work, and they say it is a good way to stay active.
Maybe I will give it a try. It might even save me some money on gas.
That is true. Plus, no traffic jams. Let me know if you decide to try it.
Will do. Thanks for the suggestion.
Good morning, Jordan. How are you today?
Good morning, Alex. I am doing well, just trying to wake up. How about you?
Same here. I need my coffee before I can start thinking clearly. Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, it was nice. I went to the park with my family and we had a picnic. The weather was perfect. How about you?
That sounds great. I had a quiet weekend, just stayed home and watched a few movies. It was nice to relax.
That sounds good too. Sometimes a quiet weekend is just what you need. Did you watch anything interesting?
Yes, I watched a new mystery movie. It was really exciting. I will tell you about it later if you like.
Sure, I would love to hear about it. Speaking of movies, have you seen the trailer for that new action film coming out next month?
Yes, it looks amazing. I heard the special effects are incredible. Maybe we should get a group together to go see it after work one day.
That sounds like a great idea. Let's ask the team at lunch and see who is interested.
Good plan. By the way, did you see the email of the team meeting this afternoon?
Yes, I did. I think it starts at 2 o'clock, right?
That is right. I think it will be a quick update. But I heard they might announce some changes to the project timeline.
Oh, interesting. I will have to make sure I'm prepared. I have a few questions about the next phase.
Me too. We should probably take a quick look at the notes from last week's meeting before we go.
Good idea. I will check my notes during lunch.
Sounds good. Oh, by the way, I saw you were working late on Friday. Everything okay?
Yes, I was just finishing up a report. I'd not want to leave it until Monday.
That makes sense. I try to finish everything on Friday too, so I can enjoy the weekend without worrying about work.
Exactly. Anyway, I should get back to my desk.
Me too. Have a good morning, Jordan.
You too, Alex. See you at the meeting later.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Let's go over the agenda before we begin. First, we will review our progress on the current project. Then, we will discuss the next steps and any challenges we need to address. Does that sound good to everyone?
Yes, that works for me. I think it's important that we go over the key milestones we've reached so far.
Agreed. It will also be helpful to look at any potential risks as we move forward.
Great. Let's start with a quick update. Riley, can you give us a summary of where we are with the project?
Of course. As of now, we have completed the initial research phase and the development team is working on the first prototype. We are on track with our timeline, but we did encounter some minor delays due to supplier issues.
Thanks for the update. Do you anticipate any further delays, or do you think we are back on schedule?
We have resolved the supplier issue, so I believe we should be able to stay on track moving forward.
That's good to hear. Have we received any feedback from stakeholders regarding the prototype?
Yes, I have received some preliminary feedback. Most of it is positive, but there are a few concerns about usability that we may need to address in the next phase.
That's helpful information. Let's make sure we schedule a follow-up to discuss those concerns in detail. Now, moving on to the next steps, I'd like to assign specific tasks for the upcoming week.
Before we move on, should we also discuss the budget for the next phase? I know there were some concerns about cost projections.
Good point. Let's take a few minutes to go over that. Taylor, do you have an update on the budget?
Yes, we are currently within budget, but we need to allocate additional resources for testing. I'll provide a detailed breakdown after the meeting.
That sounds good. Let's wrap things up. Our main priorities for the next week are finalizing the prototype improvements and preparing a detailed budget review. I will send out a summary of today's discussion along with action items. Does anyone have any final thoughts before we close?
No, I think we covered everything.
Agreed. Thanks for leading the discussion, Alex.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Let's stay in touch and make sure we meet our deadlines. See you all at the next meeting.
Hey Taylor, can you help me with this calculation? I need to figure out the total cost of these items.
Sure, what are the numbers?
The first item costs $10, the second one is $15, and the third one is $7.
Okay, let's add them up. 10 plus 15 is 25, and 25 plus 7 is 32. So the total cost is $32.
Got it. Now, if there is a 10% discount, how much do I pay?
10% of 32 is 3.2. So you subtract that from 32, which gives you $28.8.
Thanks. That makes sense. What if I need to divide this total among 4 people?
You just divide 32 by 4. That gives you $8 per person.
That is easy enough. What about percentages? How do I find 25% of a number?
To find 25%, you multiply the number by 0.25. For example, 25% of 40 is 10.
That is helpful. And if I need to convert fractions into decimals?
Just divide the numerator by the denominator. For example, 3/4 is 3 divided by 4, which is 0.75.
That makes sense. Thanks, Taylor. This will help me a lot with budgeting.
No problem. Let me know if you need help with more calculations.
Hey James, I was looking over the latest data report. Have you had a chance to review it?
Yes, I went through it this morning. There are some interesting trends, but I noticed a few numbers that seem off.
I thought so too. Some of the figures in the sales data do not match last month's report. Should we double check the source?
That would be a good idea. I can cross-check it with the raw data and see if there was a calculation error.
Great. Also, did you notice the increase in customer engagement? The numbers show a 10% growth.
Yes, that is a positive trend. It looks like our new marketing strategy is working. We should highlight that in the summary.
Agreed. We also need to make sure all visualizations are clear. Some of the charts look a bit confusing.
I can adjust the formatting and add a few more details to make them easier to understand.
Perfect. Once we finalize the report, should we send it directly to the manager? Or do you think we need a quick review meeting?
A review meeting would be helpful. That way, we can clarify any questions before submission.
Sounds good. Let's check the data one more time and meet later this afternoon.
Agreed. I will run the final check and update you before the meeting.
Hey Morgan, I wanted to ask you about the project management tool you mentioned the other day. Which one do you use?
Oh, I use Trello for organizing tasks. It is really helpful for tracking progress with visual boards. Are you looking for something similar?
Yes, I need something to manage multiple tasks and collaborate with the team. Does Trello allow team members to comment and assign tasks?
Yes, you can create boards, add tasks as cards, assign them to people, and even set due dates. It is simple but effective.
That sounds great. Have you used Asana before? I heard it is also good for project management.
Yes, I have tried it. Asana has more features than Trello, especially for larger teams. You can set project timelines and automate workflows.
That might be useful for our team. What about communication tools? Right now, we mostly use email, but it is not always efficient.
I agree. Slack is a great alternative. It keeps conversations organized in different channels, and you can integrate it with other tools like Google Drive and Zoom.
That sounds useful. Sometimes, email chains get too long, and it is hard to keep track of discussions. Does Slack support video calls?
Yes, it does. But for larger meetings, Zoom or Microsoft Teams is a better option. Teams is great if you are using Microsoft Office apps frequently.
That makes sense. I have also been looking for a good design tool. Our marketing team needs something easy to use for graphics.
You should try Canva. It is very beginner-friendly and has a lot of templates. If they need more advanced features, Adobe Photoshop is the way to go.
I have used Canva a little. I will check out Photoshop too. What about coding tools? Do you have a favorite code editor?
Yes, I use Visual Studio Code. It has great extensions and works with multiple programming languages. Some of my teammates prefer PyCharm for Python projects.
I have heard good things about both. I will try Visual Studio Code first, since it seems flexible.
Good choice. If you need any help setting it up, let me know.
Thanks, Morgan. This was really helpful. I will test out some of these tools and see which ones work best for my workflow.
No problem. Let me know if you need recommendations for anything else.
Hey, Lyric. I was going through the report and I noticed the graph on page 5. Have you had a chance to look at it?
Yes, I did. It shows the sales growth over the last 6 months. What do you think about it?
The trend is clear, but I think the labels on the x-axis and y-axis need to be adjusted to make it easier to read.
I agree. Also, the colors used for the different categories are too similar. It might be confusing to interpret the data at a glance.
That is a good point. Maybe we can use different shades or patterns to make it more distinct.
Another thing I noticed is that the line graph shows an upward trend, but the percentage change is not included. Adding that might help give more context.
That makes sense. Should we include a comparison with last year's data to give a broader view?
That would be useful. It would help show whether this growth is part of a long-term trend or just a short-term increase.
Great. I will make those changes and update the graph before our next meeting.
Sounds good. Let me know if you need any help with the formatting.
Hey Alex, do you have a minute? I wanted to check on the progress of the quarterly report.
Of course, Kelsey. I was just finishing up my section. How is your part coming along?
I have most of it done, but I still need to finalize the data analysis. I want to make sure the figures are accurate before submitting it.
That makes sense. Have you run into any issues with the data?
Not really, but I need to double-check a few numbers. I should have everything ready by this afternoon.
Great. I will complete the summary and proofread the report once you send over your part.
Sounds good. Also, do you think we should include a comparison with last quarter's performance?
That would be helpful. It will give better context to our findings. I can add a short section on that.
Perfect. Once we finalize everything, should we send it directly to the manager, or do you think we need a quick review meeting?
A review meeting would be a good idea. That way, we can go over any last-minute changes before submitting it.
Agreed. Let's meet later this afternoon and do a final check.
Sounds like a plan. I will see you then.
Hey James, do you have a minute? I wanted to check in about the project deadline.
Of course, Jesse. What's on your mind?
I just want to make sure we are on track. The deadline is coming up fast, and there are still a few tasks left to complete.
I was thinking the same thing. We need to finalize the report and double-check the data before submitting it.
Exactly. I am planning to finish my part by tomorrow, but I might need an extra day to review everything.
That makes sense. If you need more time, we should let the manager know as soon as possible.
Good idea. Have you had a chance to look at the budget section?
Not yet, but I will start working on it this afternoon. If I run into any issues, I will let you know.
Sounds like a plan. If we both stay focused, I think we can still meet the deadline.
Agreed. Let's check in again tomorrow to make sure everything is on track.
Perfect. I will update you if anything changes.
Hey Riley, you are still here. It is already late.
Yeah, I have a few deadlines coming up, so I need to put in some extra hours.
That sounds exhausting. Have you been working overtime a lot lately?
Yes, almost every day this week. I was supposed to finish early yesterday, but my manager asked me to stay late.
That is tough. Are you getting paid for the extra hours?
No, unfortunately, my position is salaried, so there is no overtime pay. I just have to get everything done.
That is frustrating. Have you talked to your manager about the workload?
Not yet, but I am planning to. I do not mind working extra hours sometimes, but it is becoming too much.
You should definitely bring it up. A healthy work-life balance is important.
I know. I just do not want to seem like I am complaining.
It is not complaining. It is about managing your workload effectively. Maybe you can ask for more help from the team.
That is a good idea. I will talk to my manager and see if we can distribute the work better.
That sounds like a good plan. I hope things improve for you soon.
Thanks, Morgan. I appreciate the advice.
Hey Avery, I heard you have a job interview coming up. That's exciting.
Yeah, I am a little nervous, but I am also looking forward to it. I really want this job.
That is totally normal. Have you prepared for the common interview questions?
I have gone over a few, like tell me about yourself and why do you want to work here? But I feel like I need to practice more.
Those are really important. You should also prepare for behavioral questions like, can you give an example of a time you solved a problem at work?
That is a good point. I need to think of some strong examples.
Also, make sure you research the company. Knowing their values and goals can help you answer questions more confidently.
I have read about their recent projects and their mission statement. I want to show them that I understand their company culture.
That's great. What about the practical side? Do you know what to wear and how you are getting there?
Yes, I have picked out a professional outfit and I will arrive at least 15 minutes early.
Sounds like you are well prepared. Just remember to stay calm and be yourself.
Thanks, Jordan. That really helps. I will let you know how it goes.
Good morning, Avery. Thank you for coming in today.
Good morning, Hunter. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to interview for this position.
Let's start with a simple question. Can you tell me a little about yourself?
Of course. I have a background in project management and have been working in the industry for 5 years. I enjoy problem solving and collaborating with teams to improve workflow efficiency. In my last role, I helped streamline processes that increased productivity by 20%.
That sounds great. Why are you interested in this position?
I am very interested in this role because it aligns with my skills and professional goals. I admire your company's commitment to innovation, and I believe my experience in managing complex projects would make me a strong addition to your team.
That is good to hear. Can you give me an example of a time you faced a challenge at work and how you handled it?
Yes. In my previous job, a major project was behind schedule due to unexpected supply chain delays. I coordinated with different teams, adjusted timelines, and communicated with stakeholders to manage expectations. As a result, we completed the project successfully with minimal impact on costs.
That shows strong problem-solving skills. How do you handle working under pressure?
I stay organized and prioritize tasks effectively. I also communicate clearly with my team to ensure everyone is aligned. When facing tight deadlines, I break down tasks into smaller steps to stay focused and manage stress.
That is a great approach. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself growing in a leadership role where I can mentor teams and contribute to strategic decision-making. I am also eager to continue learning and developing new skills that align with the company's goals.
That sounds promising. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. Can you tell me more about the team I would be working with and what success looks like in this role?
Great question. You would be working with a dynamic team that values collaboration and innovation. Success in this role means being proactive, improving processes, and contributing to the overall growth of the department.
That sounds exciting. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for your time, Avery. We will review all candidates and get back to you soon.
I appreciate that. I look forward to hearing from you.
Hey Taylor, how have you been?
Hey Jesse, I have been good. Just busy with work. How about you?
Same here. Work has been keeping me busy too. What do you do for work?
I work as a software developer at a tech company. I mainly work on building web applications.
That sounds interesting. Do you enjoy it?
Yes, I do. It can be challenging sometimes, but I like solving problems and working on new projects. What about you?
I work in marketing. My job involves creating advertising campaigns and managing social media content.
That sounds like a creative job. Do you work in an office or remotely?
I work in an office most days, but I can work from home sometimes. What about you?
I work remotely most of the time, but we have meetings at the office every now and then.
That is nice. Do you see yourself doing this job long term?
I think so, but I also want to learn more about artificial intelligence and machine learning. Maybe I will transition into that field in the future.
That sounds like a great plan. Technology is always evolving, and it is good to keep learning.
Absolutely. How about you? Do you have any career goals?
I would love to start my own marketing agency one day. I enjoy working with clients and creating new strategies.
That is a great goal. It sounds like you are passionate about your work.
Yes, I really enjoy what I do. It was nice catching up and talking about work.
Yes, same here. Let's meet up again soon and talk more.
Hey Mackenzie, I have been thinking a lot about job options lately. There are so many types of work, and I am not sure which one suits me best.
That is a great topic. Are you considering full-time or part-time work?
I am not sure. Full-time jobs offer stability, but part-time work can give more flexibility. I am also interested in remote work.
Remote work has become really popular. It allows people to work from home or anywhere with an internet connection. Do you think you would enjoy that?
I like the idea of not having to commute, but I wonder if it would be hard to stay motivated without an office environment.
That makes sense. Some companies offer hybrid work, where you work from home a few days and go to the office on others. It is a good balance.
That sounds interesting. I have also heard about contract and freelance work. How do those compare?
Contract jobs are usually temporary positions for a set period, while freelancers work independently and take on different projects for clients. Freelancing offers a lot of freedom, but income can be unpredictable.
That is true. I guess self-employment is similar in that way, right?
Yes, but self-employed people usually run their own businesses instead of working for different clients like freelancers. Then there are gig jobs, which are short-term tasks like driving for ride-sharing services or doing deliveries.
There are so many options. I think I need to consider what kind of work-life balance I want.
That is the most important part. Each type of work has pros and cons, so it depends on what fits your lifestyle and career goals.
Thanks for the insight. I will take some time to think about which type of work suits me best.
Good idea. Let me know if you need any help deciding.
Hey Morgan, I have been thinking a lot about my career lately. Do you ever feel like you need a change?
Yes, sometimes. What is on your mind? Are you considering a new job?
Not necessarily a new job, but I want to grow in my field. I feel like I have been doing the same tasks for a while now, and I need something more challenging.
That makes sense. Have you talked to your manager about taking on new responsibilities?
Not yet, but I think I should. I also want to improve my skills, maybe take some courses or get a certification.
That is a great idea. Continuous learning is really important. What kind of skills are you looking to develop?
I want to improve my leadership skills and maybe learn more about project management.
Those are great areas to focus on. Strong leadership skills can open a lot of opportunities for career growth.
Exactly. I also wonder if I should switch industries at some point. I have been in this field for years, but I am curious about other areas.
That is a big decision. Have you researched other industries to see what might interest you?
A little, but I need to do more. I do not want to rush into anything, but I also do not want to stay in the same place forever.
I get that. Maybe networking with people in different fields could help you understand your options better.
That is a great idea. I should start attending more networking events or reaching out to people online.
Definitely. You never know what opportunities might come up. If you need any help, let me know.
Thanks, Morgan. Talking about this has really helped me get more clarity on what to do next.
Hey Jody, how has work been for you lately?
Pretty busy, to be honest. I feel like I have been working too much and not taking enough time for myself.
I know what you mean. Finding a good work-life balance can be tough, especially when deadlines are tight.
Exactly. I try to finish work on time, but there is always something urgent that needs my attention. How do you manage your work-life balance?
I try to set clear boundaries. I make sure to log off at a certain time and not check emails after work. That way, I can focus on relaxing and spending time with friends and family.
That sounds great. I struggle with disconnecting from work, especially since I work remotely. It is hard to separate work and personal time when everything happens in the same space.
That makes sense. Maybe setting up a dedicated workspace at home could help. When you step away from that space, it signals that work is done for the day.
That is a good idea. I also want to start exercising more. I have been so focused on work that I have not had time for it.
Exercise really helps me. I make time for a short walk or a quick workout during lunch. It helps clear my mind and keeps me energized.
I should try that. I think I also need to plan more fun activities outside of work.
That is a great idea. Making time for hobbies or socializing is just as important as work.
You are right. I will try to set better boundaries and take care of myself. Thanks for the advice.
No problem. Let's meet up again soon, but for something fun, no work talk next time.
Deal.
I have been thinking about asking for a raise at work. Do you think now is a good time?
It depends. Have you taken on more responsibilities or achieved any major goals recently?
Yes, I have been leading a few big projects, and my manager has been happy with my work.
That sounds like a strong reason to negotiate. Have you done any research on salary ranges for your position?
Yes, I checked online and found that people in similar roles at other companies are making more than I do.
That is useful information. When are you planning to bring it up with your manager?
I was thinking of mentioning it in my next performance review. That way, I can present my achievements and discuss my future with the company.
That is a great approach. It shows that you are serious and prepared. Are you also considering other job opportunities?
Not at the moment, but I do want to make sure I am being paid fairly. What about you? Are you happy with your salary?
For now, yes. But I am keeping an eye on job openings to see what other companies are offering.
That is smart. It is always good to know your worth in the job market.
Absolutely. Good luck with your salary negotiation. Let me know how it goes.
Thanks, I will. Let's catch up again soon.
Hey Morgan, have you heard anything about this year's bonus?
Not yet, but I think we should be getting the announcement soon. Last year, they sent an email about it in early December.
I hope it is a good one this year. We worked really hard on that big project.
Exactly. I remember the manager mentioning that bonuses are based on company performance and individual contributions.
That makes sense. The company did well this year, so I am optimistic. Do you know how they calculate it?
From what I understand, it is a mix of company profits, department performance, and personal achievements.
I guess that means meeting our targets was important. Do you think we should ask our manager for more details?
It might be a good idea. We could bring it up during our next team meeting or just ask directly.
Good plan. Hopefully, we will get some good news soon.
Fingers crossed. Let's wait and see.
Hey Bryce, I heard you are going on a business trip next week. Where are you headed?
Yes, I am flying to New York for a conference. It is a big industry event, so I will be attending meetings and networking with clients.
That sounds exciting. How long will you be there?
Just for 3 days. I have a packed schedule with back-to-back meetings, but I hope to find some time to explore the city.
Are you presenting at the conference or just attending?
I am actually giving a presentation on the second day. I will be talking about our latest project and how it can help improve efficiency in the industry.
That is great. Have you finished preparing for it?
Almost. I have my slides ready, but I need to practice my speech a few more times.
I am sure you will do great. Do you have all your travel arrangements sorted out?
Yes, my flight and hotel are booked, and I have my itinerary planned. I just need to pack my bags.
That is good. Are you traveling alone, or is someone else from the team going with you?
I am traveling with Emily. We will be meeting some clients together after the conference.
Sounds like a busy trip. Do not forget to take some time to relax too.
I will try. I am looking forward to the conference, but I know it is going to be a hectic few days.
Well, safe travels. Let me know how it goes when you get back.
Thanks, Clover. I will definitely share my experience when I return.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I am excited to share our latest project updates and discuss how we can improve our workflow. Let's get started. As you can see on this slide, our project has reached the second phase, where we are focusing on testing and optimization. Our main goal is to enhance efficiency while maintaining quality.
That sounds interesting. Can you explain how this phase differs from the previous one?
Great question. In the first phase, we focused on gathering data and developing the initial structure. Now, in the second phase, we are refining our approach based on feedback and performance analysis.
That makes sense. What challenges have you faced so far?
One of the biggest challenges has been balancing speed and accuracy. We want to move forward quickly, but we also need to ensure that everything meets our quality standards.
How are you addressing that issue?
We are implementing automated testing tools and having regular review meetings to identify any issues early. We also encourage team members to share feedback openly.
That sounds like a solid plan. Do you have any data on the impact of these changes?
Yes, I do. If you look at this graph on the next slide, you will see that our efficiency has improved by 15% since implementing these changes.
That is impressive. What are the next steps for this project?
Our next step is to finalize the testing phase and prepare for deployment. We will also continue monitoring performance and making adjustments as needed.
Sounds great. Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you, everyone, for your attention. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out.
Hi there. I do not think we have met before. I am Frankie.
Nice to meet you, Frankie. I am Remy. What do you do?
I work in digital marketing, specializing in social media strategy. How about you?
That sounds interesting. I am in software development, mainly working on mobile applications.
That is great. Mobile apps are becoming more essential in digital marketing. Have you worked on any projects related to that?
Yes, I recently helped develop an app that integrates marketing tools for small businesses. It helps them schedule posts and track engagement.
That sounds like something my team could use. Do you have a business card or LinkedIn profile?
Yes, here is my card. Feel free to connect with me.
Thank you. I will definitely reach out. By the way, are you attending any of the panel discussions today?
Yes, I am planning to join the one on future trends in AI. It should be interesting.
I am attending that too. Maybe we can sit together and discuss it afterward.
Sounds like a plan. It was great meeting you, Frankie.
Likewise, Remy. See you at the panel discussion.
Hey Jordan, I've been thinking a lot about leadership lately. What do you think makes a great leader?
That's a great question. I think a great leader is someone who can inspire others, communicate well, and make decisions confidently. What about you?
I agree. I also think a good leader should be able to listen and understand their team. It's not just about giving orders, but also about supporting people.
Exactly. I've worked with leaders who were really good at motivating their team, and it made such a difference in how people work together.
Motivation is key. A leader should be able to recognize the strengths of their team members and help them grow. Have you ever had a leader who really inspired you?
Yes, in my last job, my manager always made time to check in with everyone. They didn't just focus on results, but also on making sure the team felt valued and supported.
That's really important. A lot of people think leadership is just about being in charge, but it's also about creating a positive environment.
Right, and I think good leaders lead by example. If they expect their team to work hard, they should be willing to do the same.
Yes, actions speak louder than words. If a leader is honest, respectful, and hardworking, their team is more likely to follow their example.
I also think adaptability is important. Leaders need to be able to handle change and guide their team through challenges.
That's true. In today's world, things change so quickly, and a leader who can stay calm and find solutions is really valuable.
So, if you were in a leadership position, what kind of leader would you want to be?
I'd want to be someone who listens, encourages teamwork, and helps people grow in their careers. How about you?
I'd want to be the kind of leader who builds trust and makes people feel motivated to do their best.
Those are great qualities. I think leadership is something we can all improve on, whether we're in a leadership role now or preparing for one in the future.
Absolutely. Leadership isn't just about a title, it's about actions, mindset, and how you treat people.
Hey Harley, I have been thinking a lot about management lately. What do you think makes a good manager?
That is a great question. I think a good manager needs to be a strong leader, but also approachable and supportive. What about you?
I agree. A good manager should motivate their team and create a positive work environment. But at the same time, they need to be able to make tough decisions.
Exactly. It is all about balance. Have you ever thought about stepping into a management role?
Yes, actually. I am interested in leadership, but I know that being a manager comes with a lot of responsibility.
It does, but it can also be really rewarding. Good managers help teams succeed and grow. Have you taken any leadership training?
Not yet, but I have been reading about different management styles. Some managers are very hands-on, while others give employees more independence.
That is an interesting point. I think a mix of both is ideal. Micromanaging can be frustrating, but at the same time, employees need guidance and support.
True. I have also noticed that communication is one of the most important skills for a manager. A team works best when there is clear and open communication.
Absolutely. A good manager listens to their team and gives constructive feedback. Do you think you would enjoy managing people?
I think so. I like problem solving and helping people develop their skills. But I know there would also be challenges, like handling conflicts and making difficult decisions.
That is true, but those are skills you can develop over time. If you are interested, maybe you should talk to your manager about taking on more leadership responsibilities.
That is a good idea. I will think about it and see if there are any opportunities to gain experience.
Sounds like a great plan. I think you would make a great manager. Hey Clover, I feel like I have been spending too much time on small tasks lately. Do you have any tips on improving efficiency at work?
I know what you mean. One thing that helps me is setting clear priorities. I make a to-do list every morning and focus on the most important tasks first.
That sounds like a good approach. I tend to start with easy tasks, but then I run out of time for the bigger ones.
Exactly. If you tackle the important tasks first, you will be more productive. Also, I try to minimize distractions, like checking emails only at certain times instead of constantly.
That makes sense. I get distracted by notifications and end up losing focus.
Another tip is using productivity tools. I use a task manager app to keep track of deadlines and set reminders.
I should try that. Sometimes I forget small but important tasks.
It also helps to take short breaks. If you work for long hours without a break, your efficiency drops. A 5-minute break can boost focus.
That is a good point. I will start scheduling short breaks.
And if you are working on a big project, breaking it into smaller steps makes it more manageable.
That is really helpful. I will try prioritizing tasks, minimizing distractions, and using a task manager.
Great. Let me know how it works for you.
I just got my food, but it's not what I ordered. How should I complain politely?
The best way is to stay calm and polite. Start by getting the server's attention and explaining the issue.
So, I could say, "Excuse me, I think there has been a mistake with my order."
Yes, that's a good way to start. After that, clearly explain what you ordered and what you received.
For example, I ordered a grilled chicken sandwich, but this is a beef burger.
Exactly. Then you can ask for a solution. You could say, "Could you please check my order?" Or, "Would it be possible to get the correct dish?"
That makes sense. What if they do not respond well?
If they don't take it seriously, you can politely insist. You could say, "I understand mistakes happen, but I would really appreciate it if my order could be corrected."
Got it. What if I need to complain about something else, like bad service?
You should still stay polite. You could say, "I noticed that my order has been delayed for a long time. Could you check on it for me?" Instead of blaming, try to express your concern.
That's helpful. I will remember to stay calm and use polite language when making a complaint.
Yes, that way, you are more likely to get a positive response.
Thanks for the advice. I feel more confident about handling complaints now.
Hey Pat, I have been thinking a lot about the future. Retirement seems so far away, but I feel like I should start planning for it.
That is a great idea. It is never too early to think about retirement. Are you considering saving through a pension plan or an investment fund?
I am not sure yet. I know some companies offer retirement benefits, but I also hear that personal investments can be a good option.
That is true. Many people rely on their company's pension, but others prefer to set up their own retirement savings through an individual retirement account or investments.
How do people usually decide when to retire?
It depends. Some people retire as soon as they reach the minimum retirement age, while others keep working longer to increase their savings. It also depends on financial stability and personal goals.
That makes sense. I want to make sure I have enough savings to live comfortably, but I also want to enjoy my time while I am still active.
That is important. Some retirees travel, others take up new hobbies, and some even start a second career. It all depends on what kind of lifestyle you want after retiring.
I like the idea of traveling, but I also want to stay active and maybe do some part-time work.
That is a great plan. Many retirees work part-time or volunteer to stay engaged. It keeps them busy and gives them a sense of purpose.
I guess the key is to start planning early and set realistic financial goals.
Absolutely. The sooner you start saving, the more prepared you will be for a comfortable retirement.
Thanks for the advice, Riley. I will start looking into different options and setting up a plan.
That sounds great. Let me know if you need help. Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but taking small steps now will make a big difference later.
That's it for today's lesson. We covered key workplace phrases, essential vocabulary, and practical tips to help you feel more confident in professional settings. Whether you're preparing for a job interview, discussing reports, or making small talk at work, practicing these phrases will help you sound more natural in English. If you ever feel unsure, don't worry. Learning a new language takes time, and every little step you take brings you closer to fluency. Keep reviewing, practicing, and using these phrases in real-life situations. And remember, you can always check our past videos and website for more useful lessons on workplace English. Okay, thanks for watching today's lesson on English Fab. I hope you found these English tips useful and feel more confident. Remember, practice makes perfect, so try using these phrases in your daily conversations. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more Fab English lessons. Until next time, keep practicing and stay Fab.